What's up, y'all? I say it. What's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before we get going on our video today, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and please go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86 TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, reach out to my email address, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live shows. I'm live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Live every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Then you can also catch me live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's get it popping, man. Let's get into our video. And look, man, first of all, we gotta give Dmitry Bivol credit. But then the second part, bro, I'm tired of all these excuses from you, Canelo Alvarez, diehard fanboy at its finest, bro. We're gonna break it all down and talk about the contradictions and everything in this video, bro. So first, for Dmitry Bivol, I picked Canelo Alvarez to win this fight. I thought he would stop Dmitry Bivol between round 9 and round 11, and boy, was I wrong. I highly underrated Dmitry Bivol, and he gets all the credit and all the respect in the world. Let me tell you, Dmitry Bivol beating somebody of the stature and of the talent and of the accomplishments of Canelo Alvarez, he deserves to crack your top 10 pound-for-pound list no matter how you slice it and dice it. That's the first thing we want to say and give him credit on, because if we give Teofimo Lopez, if he got jumped up to the pound-for-pound list because he beat Vasily Lomachenko, then it's only right that we give Dmitry Bivol that same credit. And by beating Canelo Alvarez, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta put him on that list. Now, Vasily Lomachenko got knocked all the way out the list when he lost because those was the only belts he had. I still think you can put Canelo somewhere like 9 or 10 if you want to. If you knocked him all the way out of the top 10, I ain't mad at you. But somewhere 9 or 10, because he is still the undisputed 168-pound champion, that's cool, bro. Like, I ain't tripping on that, bro. But Dmitry Bivol, this is more about what he did, right? So talking about myself, I highly underrated, number one, his skill set translating to a opponent such as Canelo Alvarez. Because when you look at him fight Craig Richards, when you look at him fight Salamov, Jean Pascal, Joe Smith Jr., you would think those fighters are not on the level of Canelo Alvarez. Those fighters aren't as skilled or as talented or as accomplished or as experienced as Canelo Alvarez. So the immediate question is, can Dmitry Bivol translate that skill set that he shows against those fighters in the ring to someone like Canelo Alvarez, right? And then the inexperience. Like, I understand the man was a very highly accomplished amateur, but 19 professional fights getting in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, that was another question that we had in the fight. But if you remember, I did say, look, man, if he can use his feet and stand in front of Canelo Alvarez when he can and push Canelo back and get his respect, but then also use his feet to show different angles and get out of trouble when Canelo starts pressing him, then he would have a shot. I just don't believe he'll be able to do that because he's never fought anyone like Canelo. And boy, was I wrong. So we got to give Dmitry Bivol credit and respect, right, by saying that he deserves to be on your top 10 pound-for-pound, right, based off of this victory, number one. And number two, recognize that skill set, he proved that it translates to the highest of highest levels, bro. That's the first thing. Now, let's get on the excuses that I'm hearing, bro. Which, again, goes to the first part of the video, because by making these excuses, you are discrediting and discounting who Dmitry Bivol is as a fighter. I'm hearing that Canelo Alvarez is too small for 175. That's why he lost. That's why he lost. That's what I'm hearing, bro. I don't want to hear shit about how small Canelo Alvarez is in comparison to Dmitry Bivol. And there's two main reasons for that. And I'm going to break them down and give you the reasons, right? Reason number one, we weren't saying that about guys that Canelo Alvarez fought to build up some of these accolades. Reason number two, Dmitry Bivol's size had very little, if anything, to do with Dmitry Bivol beating Canelo Alvarez, right? And we're going to break it down and explain it right here in this video, right? So let's start with rule number one. And what I'm asking in the form of some rhetorical questions, because I know the answer to this, for everyone that's saying Canelo Alvarez was too small, for everyone that started, like when you start the conversation, you talk about, oh, Canelo Alvarez, man, Dmitry Bivol, props to him, Canelo is just too small. If that's what you're saying, if that's the first comment that comes out of your mouth as to why Canelo Alvarez lost this fight, this is for you. Because I want to know, when Canelo Alvarez got runner-up to knockout of the year, when he got runner-up to knockout of the year in 2016, when he knocked out Amir Khan and put Amir Khan to sleep, were the people that are saying Canelo Alvarez is too small for Dmitry Bivol, were you saying that Amir Khan was too small for Canelo? Because Amir Khan started off his career at 140 pounds. I'm just asking, bro, when he put Amir Khan to sleep at 154 pounds, and Amir Khan was a world champion at 140 pounds, when Canelo put Amir Khan to sleep, were all of you guys that are calling Canelo Alvarez small this week and saying Dmitry Bivol was just too big, were you guys also saying that Amir Khan was too small for Canelo Alvarez? Just a rhetorical question, because we all know the answer to that, right? Sugar Shane Mosley. Man, Canelo got Shane Mosley, man. He fought Mayweather, man. He fought Cotto, man. He fought everybody, bro. Everyone that's calling Canelo Alvarez too small for Dmitry Bivol this morning, bro. And on Saturday after the fight, and on Sunday after the fight, all these reaction videos, all this fanboy shit going on, making excuses for this man. Were you saying that Sugar Shane Mosley, number one, were you saying that he was too old for Canelo? I'm just asking, because Canelo fought Shane Mosley when Shane Mosley was 40 years old. Were you then also saying that Shane Mosley was too small for Canelo Alvarez? Because you fair, right? You unbiased, right? You're not a fanboy. You're not making excuses. So that means you would call a spade, wouldn't you? So all of you guys that are making excuses for Canelo, talking about how small he is, were you saying that Sugar Shane Mosley was A, too old for Canelo, because he was 40 years old, and B, as a former lightweight world champion, lightweight 135-pounder fighting Canelo at 154 pounds, were you saying that he was too small for Canelo? Because if Canelo was too small for Bivol, then doesn't that mean that both Amir Khan and Shane Mosley were too small for Canelo? Were you saying that then? I wasn't. That's why I'm not saying that he's too small now. Because I didn't say Shane Mosley was too small for Canelo. I didn't say Amir Khan was too small for Canelo. But were you? Because if you weren't either, if you were giving him credit for Shane Mosley, if you were giving him credit for Amir Khan, then why are you talking about his size when he loses to Bivol? Why are you talking about his size now? You wasn't talking about their size. That's a little bit different, though. That don't make no sense, though. Man, all right, bro. Josecito Lopez, bro. We could do this all day. Josecito Lopez started his career at 130 pounds. Canelo Alvarez put that man down. I can't remember off the top of my head, bro. He put Josecito Lopez down like 4-5 times, bro, and stopped him in the 5th round, bro. Josecito Lopez was fighting Canelo at like 154. And Josecito Lopez not only started his career at 130 pounds, but he's a career 147-pound fighter, bro. Everyone that's calling Canelo too small for Dmitry Bivol today, were you saying Josecito Lopez was too small back when Canelo fought him and dropped his ass like 4-5 times and stopped him in like the 4th or 5th round again, bro? We off the dome with it, so I don't, you know, go fact check me. But damn it, I know for a fact Josecito Lopez started his career at 130 and he moved and he fought Canelo all the way up at 154 pounds. And I don't remember nobody talking about, yo, man, Canelo just too big for Josecito. Nah, they were talking about how good Canelo was, how great he is. He stopped Jose, like, bro, y'all funny, man. Y'all, last one. Then I'm going to leave y'all alone, man. Knockout of the year. Knockout of the year. Canelo Alvarez got knockout of the year in 2015 when he put James Kirkland to sleep, bro. Put him to sleep. Did him dirty. James Kirkland started his career at 147 pounds. And he fought Canelo at 154. Was James Kirkland too small? Oh, well, y'all like, nah, bro, knockout of the year. Canelo got knockout of the year, bro. He starts James Kirkland. Wasn't nobody saying like, nah, bro, he shouldn't get that shit. We need to give a KO of the year to somebody else because Canelo was just too damn big for James Kirkland. I don't remember y'all saying that shit, bro. So that's point one. a lot of evidence on point one. Stop talking about Canelo's size and him being smaller than Bivol, because in all them examples that I just gave, you know damn well you wasn't calling those guys too small. So I don't want to hear that shit. Point number two, bro. And I know this is getting long, but man, we got a lot to unpack, right? Dmitry Bivol's size had nothing to do or very little to do with him winning against Canelo Alvarez, right? If you analyzing the fight objectively, you would point to Dmitry Bivol being in better shape. Dmitry Bivol didn't gas out in the 4th or 5th round like Canelo did. He was in way better shape than Canelo. Point number two, you would point to Dmitry Bivol's work rate. He was letting go of 3, 4, 5 punch combinations. He was a much busier fighter than Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was throwing 1 and 2 shots, right? So condition is reason. Work rate is a reason. Another reason, Dmitry Bivol's feet. Canelo couldn't cut the ring off on Dmitry Bivol to save his life. Dmitry Bivol proved to be very agile. Hard to catch up to. He would get his shit off, get the fight where he wanted, and then boom. He move on out of there. Another reason number 4, Dmitry Bivol's defense. Dmitry Bivol got bruising all on his arms because his guard was so good that Canelo kept hitting his arm. He couldn't hardly land clean shots on Dmitry Bivol. Right? So, you can point to Dmitry Bivol's conditioning. You can point to Dmitry Bivol's work rate. You can point to Dmitry Bivol's feet and the different angles that he showed and how he was just much more fleet of foot, more agile and more athletic than Canelo. You could point to Dmitry Bivol's defense. You got 4 things you could point to before you even get to, oh, Dmitry Bivol is just big. He's just too big. Canelo is just a bad weight class. Dmitry Bivol is just too big for him. I just gave you 4 things that were much more responsible for Dmitry Bivol winning that fight than Canelo Alvarez being undersized, bro. It's an excuse. Miss me with that shit masquerading it all, but it's a fact. Miss me as a fact or as an excuse masquerading as a fact, bro. Because none of those other guys was too small, as we mentioned, and y'all wasn't saying Canelo was too small when he knocked out Kovalev ass, right? You wasn't saying he was too small when he beat the shit out of Callum Smith, Frankenstein looking at it. You wasn't saying that, bro. So we don't want to hear it now, especially when you go watch the fight. Dmitry Bivol won that fight for like 5, 6 other reasons, bro. I could see if Bivol was like wearing on Canelo, pushing him back and shit. You know what I'm saying? Leaning on him, beating him up on the inside. Canelo was catching him with flush-ass shots over and over again, and Dmitry Bivol was just eating them hoes. Then you could be like, yo, he just too big, too strong, bro. He just walking. Like, Dmitry Bivol was just walking them down and shit. Walking through everything and walking them down. That's when you too big and too strong. That's when it's like, yo, he just too big, bro. He beat that guy ass, bro. He just too big. Ain't nothing he can do with him. He too big. All right? Gervonta Davis was too strong, too powerful, and too big for Leo Santa Cruz. Right? Leo landing flush on him. Leo hitting him consistently. And Tank just walking through that shit, punishing his ass. That's an example of somebody being too big for someone, bro. What we saw with Canelo Alvarez and Dmitry Bivol was not that. I don't care what y'all try to tell me, bro. Watch more boxing. Analyze the sport more, bro. And just admit, if you was picking Canelo like me, you underrated Bivol, bro. It's nothing wrong with being wrong sometimes. I don't understand some of you dudes, bro. But that's all I got, man. Give Dmitry Bivol his credit. And stop making excuses for Canelo Alvarez, bro. That man wasn't too small. He just got his ass whooped by a better fighter. Yeah, a better fighter. Dmitry Bivol proved that he is a better fighter than Canelo Alvarez. Size be damned. With that jab, that work rate, that conditioning, those feet, those angles, that defense that I just saw, Dmitry Bivol could be 5'8". He could fight Canelo at 168, 160. As long as he's in shape and he ain't weight drained, he'll beat the shit out of Canelo no matter where they fight, bro. Based on his skills. Not his size, bro. Miss me with the size shit. If you're going to bring up the size of Canelo Alvarez, I need you to be bringing up Josecito Lopez size, Amir Khan size, James Kirkland size, and Shane Mosley age and his size when he fought Canelo. If you're not doing those things, bro, then miss me with the size excuse. That man wasn't too small. He got his ass whooped by a dude that was better than him. And it happens, bro. It happens. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Comment down below, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications. Go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. If you got a breakdown or a prediction you want me to do, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email address. And don't forget about our live shows, live every Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, live every Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Then you can also catch me live every Sunday morning with the singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday morning is 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I appreciate y'all watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here, y'all. Peace.